Michael?
So Dave, what was your take on the market today? Because Warren Buffett invested $5 billion into Bank of America, and still the market was down 170 points by the end of the day.
It's a good question. I compare Buffett's investment into Bank of America today a little bit like his investment into Goldman Sachs in 2008. And as we've talked about, Buffett is not a dumb guy in any way. And where he puts his money, he's getting a good deal, or the company needs the money so desperately that they have to go out there and hit Buffett up to bail him out and to rescue him. That sort of could explain the pull-in from about $9, where some of my traders traded the name. We had one trader who had 30,000 shares short towards the $9 range, and it made it over $10,000 in the trade just on the open, as the stock pulled in from its open around $9 to I think about $7.66 or something where it closed. Which is
Did you trade BAC?
I did not. We were identifying the strength in the bank sector on the open, and then weakness in Bank of America continued to lead the financials lower throughout the day. It's very interesting because the market started, showing some strength early on, and we still closed down 170 plus points on the Dow, which is a big reversal, and people are still feeling the fear out there and the panic.
So you still feel there is weakness in the market?
There's definitely weakness. We look at it like the bears are still in charge of the marketplace, and until the bears get a vice grip around them from the bulls to be able to squeeze them higher, they keep getting confirmed over and over that they're in charge of the marketplace. And the way you see that is when you have rallies in the marketplace, as we've had a few times over the past few weeks. What the bears are doing is they're shorting into the rallies. People are liquidating funds, or institutions are liquidating positions into these rallies, which allows for us to continue to go lower, and we see that weakness pretty prominent in the marketplace right now.
So what did you trade today? What was your name today?
Well, if you take a look, here's my screen behind you, and this is something that our entire ShineStream community would be able to see on a daily basis. As you see here, I have 4 positive names on the day, 4 or 5 positive names on the day, 4 or 5 negative names on the day. Out of these names, my losses average probably about $120 or something on an average loss, and my gains average $300 or $400 to the upside. My best name of the day, this PSS, was a name where I came with a sort of short intention on the name. As
can you put the chart up?
Sure. I'll put it up here and also up here on top part of my screen. This is a pretty clear chart. Go back to yesterday. Here is the gap up on PSS. After the close, they announced that they were exploring strategic alternatives, and the stock gapped up. It was up at one point almost 40%, where I, believe it or not, was able to get a short off at $14.38, which, if you can see, is actually not even on the chart.
Yeah,
and
right at the top.
Right at
over the top.
Over the top. It's not even on the chart, and I was able to short stock up there. I felt it was an over-exaggerated move. The stock beforehand, over the past 90 days, has been on a death spiral, as I call it. Here you get an over-exaggerated gap up on exploring strategic alternatives, which once again is a little bit of a salvation play, trying to sort of save themselves last minute by saying we're looking for strategic alternatives, and now you have this gap up, which if you looked, I shorted it right here in the middle part of this area where it broke lower from, which I love this play, and I was able to capitalize.
It's interesting to see that the top was right around where this bottom was like 2 months ago.
Exactly. Sometimes support then becomes resistance levels that we've seen many times. We did that trade, believe it or not, on the broadcast also, even after the close, and we had some of our intensive training students here watching the trade as it materialized.
So whoever was on the broadcast, they could follow this live?
They could follow it live. They could follow all the trades we're doing. PSS was one of my names today, and just going back to today's chart on PSS, on the open, PSS was one of my favorite names on the short side. One of my philosophies is to be able to short weak stocks when they rally in a weak marketplace. We had the weak marketplace, we had a weak stock, and we did have these rallies to get short on. Here were a few of the levels where I shorted the top part of a few of these levels right here around 1260, 1250, 1240. Stock went down to almost $12. A huge pull-in, about $2.40 pull-in off of last night's levels. I locked in my profit in the morning. I probably made 90% of my money throughout the first hour of trading, so about, I don't know, $1,000 maybe in the first hour of trading, and mostly on this stock. So, but yes, traders of all backgrounds from all over the world actually get to participate in our broadcast. We're interactive with our community. They get to either watch mine or one of the other Market Master screens, live trading screens, live positions, charting, analysis, education, mentorship, and guidance through the same technology and vehicle that we give out to everybody.
Do you expect an interesting day tomorrow?
Yeah, definitely. Tomorrow we have some news out of Jackson Hole where we're looking for potentially a QE3 to come from some of the comments from the Fed. The question.
Yeah, you mean quantitative easing?
Quantitative easing 3, as they call it. For me, it's a bittersweet meeting tomorrow, and I don't think, personally, I don't think that much positive could come out. I feel that the Fed is running out of ammo, and if the economy is so bad, we have to put in a sort of artificial support like a QE3. What does that mean? It's bittersweet, so maybe it's short-term positive, long-term negative, or you have a chance where the Fed just does not have enough ammo to support the environment, and we could see a bloodbath tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, start off today with a 200-point pull-in, 50 points down on the NASDAQ, again, another 2% moves, and investors out there are really having a hard time stomaching this.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.